Hi, this is our first feedback video in which we go over the answers for practice sheet 1.1. I'm not sure how you decided to do the practice sheet, but I have a suggestion for you. If you'd rather not print the sheet out, what you can do is use any tools you have on your smartphone or Adobe Reader. So you can, by tools, I mean using your highlighter pen, your pen, any way you decide to do it is fine, but I thought I'd just mention it to you. Okay, let's start with exercise 1, and here the instructions say that we need to look through the text from right to left, which is the direction in which we read Arabic, and the letter we're looking for is letter Alif when it comes in the final position. These two phrases are taken from a hymn called Lord, I'm a White Sheet of Paper. In Arabic, Rabbi ana warqatun bayda. So we have 4 words in A. Let's look at the last letter in each word. So this doesn't look anything like an alif. This one does, and we know alif connects to the right. It could connect to the right if connected. Here doesn't look anything like an alif. And I'm not sure what you decided for this word over here. I've highlighted it because technically the last letter in this word is alif, because Hamza is considered a diacritic. Having said that, some schools regard Hamza as a letter, because you can see Hamza here comes on its own, so they regard it as a letter. But we're not going to look at it that way, because Alif doesn't need Hamza to have the glottal stop sound. So we're just going to regard Hamza as a diacritic and the total number of letters in the Arabic alphabet as 28. That's the most common way of teaching Arabic. So now let's look at the second phrase. Again, we have 4 words. We don't have an alif here. We have one here, another here. And if you want to highlight the alif that's followed by a hamza, we can highlight this one. Okay, so I'm going to read the phrases out to you now. And I want you to listen and see if you can find the glottal stop at the end of the words. ربي أنا ورقة بيضاء أرسم عليها كلما تشاء. So you see, I'm sure you didn't hear a glottal stop in these 3, right? This is أنا, that's a vowel sound, عليها, كلما. Alif, when it comes at the end of a word, usually it sounds like a vowel. And we know that alif is a semi-vowel. It could come as a vowel or as a consonant. Whereas at the beginning of words, I'll tell you about this one here. This is ursum. So it's more likely to come as a consonant sound at the beginning of words and more likely to come as a vowel sound at the end of words. Now here we have the hamza, so it's definitely, this word definitely ends with a glottal stop. In exercise 1, we're looking at the shapes of the letters. We're not looking at the sounds. The sounds we're going to look at in exercise 2. And in exercise 2, you will have 3 Arabic words written in phonemic script. And on the other side, you will have those 3 words missing a final letter. Then in the middle, you have 3 options of letters to complete the words. So you've got the phonemic script to guide you in completing with the final letter. Let's start with the first one. We have the word harbor. In Arabic, it's marfa. Marfa. So with selecting the correct letter, I like to eliminate anything that I know is not right. Let's start with the first option. Now I know alif is higher than this, and I know alif only connects to the right. So this is not a viable option. In this one over here, far left, it's got the height of alif, but it connects to the left. Alif doesn't do that. So I'm going to cross this out. and turn to the middle one. So let's see, this is the correct height. Alif connects to the right and could take a Hamza on top. This is the one I'm going for. Now in B, we have the word principle. Mabda. Mabda. So again, I'm looking for a glottal stop to complete this word. And I have letters, they look like in their isolated form. When I look at this one over here, it looks like it's doing something to the left and the Hamza is somewhere in the middle. That doesn't look right to me. This one has a weird kind of curve over here. Neither of these look like an Alif. So the option I'm going for is the first one. It's got the height of Alif, it's got a Hamza on top, and Alif could come isolated, so no problem with that. Now let's talk about when does Alif come connected to the right, when does it come not connected. So since Alif connects to the right, how come it came here connected and here not? You see, English language can be written in cursive or print. And a lot of people think that Arabic language is cursive because it's connected. But that's not entirely true. I'll give you an example. So my name, for example, I can write it in cursive, Lina. Excuse my writing. That's cursive. I could write it in print. And I could write it with a mix. So I'll do this and then I do this. So here, as a writer in English, I can decide whether to go fully cursive, print, or a mix. Now, Arabic is actually the third kind, this kind. It's a combination of cursive and print. But the difference is the writer doesn't get to decide when to go cursive and when to go print. And what decides on that is the letter that comes before. So in the case of Alif here, the letter that preceded it is the kind of letter that connects to the left, so the connection happens. This letter doesn't connect to the left, so the following letter stays in the isolated form. Do you know any letters that don't connect to the left? That's right, the letter Alif. So all letters of the alphabet connect to the right, including Alif and including this one over here. But there are 6 letters in the Arabic alphabet that only connect to the right. They don't connect to the left. So any letter that comes after them doesn't connect to the right. So these 6 letters, Alif is one of them. You also have 2 that we will learn in 1.4, another 2 we will learn in 1.5, and one last one we will learn in 1.13. And now we're going to look at the last word, and here it's a trick word. The word sky in Arabic could be sama', sama' with a glottal stop. But I've chosen one for you that is sama, sama. Church Arabic has more than one way to say sky, especially that sky is heaven. The sky is heaven. So for example, you have the plural in English, heavens. We have a plural for sky, samawat. In classical Arabic, generally, sky is sama' with a glottal stop at the end. But here I've chosen another word for you, which is sama, and it ends with a vowel sound. We haven't learned this sound, but I'm going to rely on my knowledge of the shape of Alif to decide on the best letter. So let's look here. This option looks like it's connecting from right to left. Alif doesn't do that. And this one is short. And actually, you can see this letter over here. But that's a letter for 1.4. So I'm going to cross off these 2. And let's have one last look at this one. Yes, it looks like an Alif high enough and it's to the right. And it could come with or without a Hamza. Okay, so I can see an opportunity here for us to draw the letters I don't see any problem with you drawing the letters. I'll give you a tip. I mean, this is something we covered in the video. So we said when Aleph is isolated, we go top down, and here it's gonna come from the right and go up and right up. So let's do that with a pen. You're welcome to try it, as long as you're trying it right. So I don't want you to do something like this, for example, when you should go like this. Because then with practice you will learn the wrong way. So to finish this word marfa, we go from the connector, take it left, and then go up in a straight line, and then add a hamza. Here from top to bottom, I'm adding an alif with a hamza again, and here it's connected without a hamza. So there you have it. We have 3 complete words. Let's read them together. Marfa, mabda, sama. In exercise 3, you have 3 letters, or in this case, 3 forms of the same letter, letter Aleph. And what you need to do is draw the writing line to show the elevation of the letters. And with elevation in this course, we're following a writing style called ruq'a. Ruq'a is a very common writing style that we use with handwriting. The other, actually the more common writing style is khatt al-nasakh, and it's used to copy books. So in the typewriters and in the typeface of Arabic, the most commonly used elevation follows khatt al-nasakh. The difference between ruq'a and nasakh is that ruq'a has less letters that go below the line. And you can imagine if you're writing by hand, you don't want the lines to merge together. You don't want the text to merge together. So ruq'a keeps most of the letters above the line, whereas in when typing, you have all the letters already aligned, so you don't need to write above the line or below the line. So that's the main difference, and we're choosing a ruq'a writing style. I'm just saying this so you don't get confused if you try to align text that's printed and you find that it doesn't follow the same writing style. In the case of Aleph, Aleph always comes on the line. So you can see it connects on the line in A, and then it's freestanding when it's in its isolated form, and here it has a hamza on top. And in the case of C, since Aleph is exactly on the line, the hamza has no place to go but below the line. So this is it for feedback 1.1. What you need to do now is either fill in your learning journal now or go straight to the quiz and fill in your learning journal later.